never sent nor received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received. And what I think you're seeing here is a very typical kind of discussion, to some extent disagreement among various parts of the government.
All right, there she is. Is she talking Clinton speak again? Jonathan Allen, chief political correspondent for Vox.com, former White House bureau chief for Politico.com, author of HRC, State Secrets and the Rebirth of Hillary Clinton, and our friend Susan Ferrechio, chief congressional correspondent at the Washington Examiner, panelist on the McLaughlin Group and Fox News Channel. Welcome to both of you. Susan, where are we with this? Because we had two government officials say that there was classified information sent from her personal email account. New York Times wrote a criminal investigation. New York Times backtracked. Hillary says there was none. Where are we?
Well, I think there's a lot of confusion out there, and I think that helps Hillary Clinton, because if she can keep talking about this in terms of it being a disagreement and that there's been inaccurate reporting, you know, she wins out by making this sound like something that no one can really understand. And I think the Clintons have been very good at that over the years. It's really helped them. It's certainly helped Bill Clinton at times just to be vague on things, and Hillary Clinton falls right in his footsteps. But overall, I think that the issue with Hillary Clinton as a candidate right now is one of whether or not voters feel they can trust her. And for the past few months, you've seen something persist in the polls, and that has been people don't believe her when it comes to the emails and when it comes to her level of honesty overall. She needs to fix that problem, because even though, you know, she clearly has a substantial lead, even against Bernie Sanders in the primary, she will have more problems with this in the general election when she's running against, if there is a formidable Republican nominee.
Right.
That's when the trust issue could really be a problem for her. And this doublespeak that she has been successful at thus far is not going to sit well with the voters. It's not sitting well with the voters. We see that currently in the polls.
Right, and Jonathan, the fact is, CNN poll out today, her unfavorable ratings 49, Trump has 59. So even though there's a difference, it's not a huge difference. But let's focus on this. And you wrote a piece how the old rules apply to the new Hillary Clinton email scoop. We have two federal inspectors general want the Justice Department to investigate this. Is it a criminal investigation? Is it not? Where are we?
I think what you've got here, and Hillary Clinton in the clip you played actually says this, there is an element in here of like a huge bureaucratic turf war between the Inspector General for the State Department and the Inspectors General for the intelligence communities. Clearly there's material that some people who have reviewed don't believe should be classified, and others do. And that's creating some of this cloud that Susan's talking about that helped force the New York Times to retreat a little bit on its story. You know, I think the answer here is we don't know. And we probably won't know what actually was ever in the emails if it's supposed to be classified. Even though we've got them publicly, they're never going to point to those lines and say those were the classified lines. So I think the question is going to be, is this a situation where the State Department shouldn't have released them? Or is it a situation where where Hillary Clinton shouldn't have sent them to who she sent them to, or received them from who she received them from? The biggest problem with all of that, of course, is none of it could have been classified initially, because no one knew what was going back and forth from her email account, because it was on a personal server. Had she been using her State Department account, it would have been much clearer what should be classified and what shouldn't be.
All right, let's move on. And Susan, you wrote about this today at the Washington Examiner, and this is the war within the Republican Party. Explain to me, and I broached this with Rick Santorum in the previous segment. You know, Rush Limbaugh started his show today by saying, and I've been talking about this for a long time, not only is the Republican Party AWOL, they were going to send bill after bill after bill to the president's desk. If only you gave us the Senate. Not only have they been AWOL, they're not even criticizing Obama all that much. Rush talked about blackmail, promises of future jobs, all kinds of, nefarious motivations and things. What on earth is going on within this Republican Party, especially the Senate at this point?
Well, I think what you're seeing now is there is a divide, and you're seeing, what I wrote about today, which is the old guard of the Senate. People who've been there more than just through 2 election cycles, who feel the Senate should be run in a certain way. And Mitch McConnell, in particular, is key here. When he won the majority in January, he did say that his job was going to be to show America that Republicans can be good stewards of the Senate, good stewards of Congress, to show they can keep the government running, the government open, bills passing. So his goal has been, I think, to get things across the finish line rather than become what I think a lot of people on the right want, which is just to be the adversary to the Obama administration and to Democrats in general. So they want more of a fight, the conservatives. And Mitch McConnell wants to show the public, the voting public, that Republicans are A-OK to run the government so they have a chance at winning the White House. It's an overall strategy, I think, that the GOP leadership is employing, and you have others who are there
against
who are
that. Yeah.
They say no, this has been going on for years.
Absolutely.
We want more action. We want more action now.
Jonathan, what is the difference between Harry Reid's Senate and Mitch McConnell's?
Search me. I think they're operating the Senate in very similar ways. I think Susan's absolutely right that there's this divide. Smart story by her. Look, Mitch McConnell doesn't want to cut off his nose to spite his face. He's not going to send stuff to the president that doesn't do Republicans well with the general electorate if it's going to get jammed back at him through a veto anyway. But obviously, there's a lot of passion outside.
Yeah, because he promised he would do that.
Yeah,
he promised he would do that. I'd love to see action. Let Obama go on record. Then let Hillary say if she's with Obama or against Obama. But I look, it's all above my pay grade. That's why I bring you two guys on. Great talking to both of you. Thank you very much, Jonathan Allen and Susan Ferrechio. Appreciate your patience in getting this done also. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, columnist for the Wall Street Journal, James Taranto. Don't go away.